And it was 6 winters ago, we decided to take LSD. And while I have practiced those skills, like I can go out and in an hour I can have enough food for 3 people for 3 days. That's the kind of skills that I practice, but I'm not really interested in testing the skills that I've gained over the years. I don't mean to disappoint anybody, but you'll never see me on Naked and Afraid or Alone. The most carrot flavor ever. Real subtle. Its habitat is marsh and wetlands, which have been largely turned into towns and cities. A great deal of my time is spent tending these places that I call home. Not because I'm paid, but because it's the right thing to do. And these things are going away. And tending nomadically the wild gardens the indigenous people lived off of. And it's a holistic life way. My primary passion is the native foods of the landscape, food freedom, the last vigil of autonomy. You see, because it's the foods in the landscape that offer authentic sustainability. You can eat grass, and these tender ends are very sweet, delicious, and you can digest this. And of course you can roast their seeds. The seeds are good to eat too.
All right, genius. I give you permission to make our drill shit fast.
I'm not touching that thing. I'll get neurotypical cooties. I have son-in-laws more imaginative.
I have a tooth trying to go abscess on me, and I was in excruciating pain yesterday. And I had friends come through and give me some antibiotics to help fight the infection. And so I've been on antibiotics for the last couple days. I have something nobody else has. I have the ability to hop on my horse, ride into the mountains, and say, fuck you all. Truth is, I'm stubborn. The way that I live is 100% donation based to maintain my horses and upkeep camp. Most people associate horse ownership with needing to be rich. But for us on horseback, it's a different story. But I'm in a tough position because I'm going to go pick up my horses today, and I'm getting camp still set up, and I don't have enough money for hay. And I hate to ask. I hate to ask a whole lot, but I do currently have a GoFundMe. Why do we spend the winter in a teepee? Well, let me explain. First off, we live nomadic on horseback, so wherever we end up in our 6 months of travel through the seasons, we have to come back in the fall to get our winter camp. The teepee liner stores nice and compact in a little barrel tote. The poles fit ever so nicely in a rack on a truck. It's extremely mobile and compact. How many people do you know that live and move and travel full-time on horses? Hi.
I've been living nomadic on horseback for over 8 years.
I get asked this question a lot. I don't carry my teepee or my wood stove. That's a winter camp thing, so all of my whole winter camp gets cached in a safe place. And travel camp is a completely separate camp. I'm cutting firewood this morning. My preference for firewood is lodgepole. A lot of you seem surprised that I have a truck. And to tell you the truth, I'm surprised I have a truck too. My uncle gave me this truck. Most private landowners don't mind if you camp on their land, as long as they don't know. If you want to roam the land of the free, you got to be a little brave. You know, I'm not too concerned about trespassing. Horses really love munching on privates, don't you?
This sign is just so stupid.
It's also the most normalized expression of passive-aggressive behavior out there. It's one tier below flipping off everyone you see. Every fall I hang up my saddles and look for a winter camp. Winter camp is always amongst supportive local private landowners. It doesn't matter where I am or what season it is, I can provide my own comfort and take pride in doing so. Fortunately, my camp hosts have a shower. Just left of the fire tender seat is my library, and up top, homemade medicines. Beside that is my altar, where I keep my things that are set aside for a special purpose. I hang a lot of handmade items to admire them, and I store my clothes back here. I don't actually have a lot of belongings.
We live on horseback. These horses carry everything we own. We rarely see anyone. Bring me a cheeseburger.
People seem so fixated on trying to make this a better world for other people. But let me tell you something. People are temporary. Our planet is primary. That's why when people are thriving, so much of the rest of the world seems to be suffering. But when our planet is thriving, everything thrives. Priorities. Time. Flypaper. All right. It seems everybody wants more. Our horses like sour gummy worms. Now we know. We take care of them very well, and nobody's been injured, no serious injuries, no vet calls, nothing. Everybody's pretty well used to the life that we live, and we got our system down, that's for sure. As far as fatal emergencies or serious injury, that used to happen in my early years, and I've been through enough accidents and serious injuries to learn from my mistakes. So anytime something goes wrong, and a vet needs called out classes and sessions. But I'll tell you what, there are a handful of things that can go wrong when working with horses in wilderness areas. And it's the top one is death. Death is always there for you or your animals. Serious injury is always a possibility for you or the animals. I'm that dude that lives on horseback. It's cost a lot of injury and even some lives to be where I am today. My horse was injured because what we didn't know was that there was a mass entanglement of barbed wire fence that was down, just laying in the field. Self-representation is more important to me than money. That's why you'll never see me run ads on my videos, agree to paid partnerships, or branded content deals. I represent myself exclusively. And so I called the local sheriff's department, which is something I do often. I always call the cops on myself. The teepee caught on fire the last time I did LSD.
This guy was going twice as fast as me up a steep mountain trail while smoking a cigarette.
Wow, I was on a horse. And I feel like a genius because I've never worked as hard for anyone as I have for myself. I'm vain enough to know that I'm the shit. Guys, I'm kind of like a free-range chicken that escaped the farm, but I'll come back every now and again to eat some food, and then I'll take it back out to the free range. So you want to see what my knuckles say? Well, here it is. They say movement. But it also says meow, which is just another way of saying finger. This is Lomatium nudicoli, aka nudes. And it's incredibly abundant. Send nudes.